Hi Leo, welcome to your April 2021 reading. So let's talk about the astrology a little bit first, just to kind of get an idea of what energies you're going to be working with. Aries season in April is a month for you guys to really expand into the things that, like, really think big, really learn some new things, really expand yourself into a lot of new stuff. Mercury is going to be moving into Aries on April 3rd, and that's going to really help make the energy speed up a little bit more. So you guys are really getting a good opportunity to plant some seeds to see what it is that you want for the rest of this year and how the year is going to look like. So Aries season is going to be a really good opportunity to do that. Mars and Neptune will be squaring, excuse me, Mars and Neptune will be squaring off on April 8th, April 9th, but it's going to really be lasting like a week and a half to 2 weeks. So like the first couple weeks of April are going to be really interesting. Pay attention to your friend circle, and this is going to kind of show people's true colors in a way. There's that anger, but there's also that illusion, and they're clashing with each other. There's that aggression and the illusion. And when you have aggression and illusion together and they're sort of arguing with each other, like, nobody's ever going to be right. So just make sure that the conversations that you're having within your friend groups, that if things start to get a little heated or hairy, don't get involved. Like, walk away, and let things kind of like smooth out, maybe come back and rehash it a little bit later. So we're also going to be seeing the sun moving into Taurus, Mercury moving into Taurus, Mars is going to be moving into Cancer. So we're starting off April in a way where we want to plant those seeds, because by the end of April, that's where you're going to execute it. That's really where you're going to want to start, like, the planning motion. And you can start anything, even at the beginning of April. You can start any of the projects that you really want to work with. But if you haven't felt like, Pisces season was tough for everybody. It was very muddy. It felt very, very muddy. So now we get the opportunity to come to kind of have a little bit more clarity. And you're going to want to be able to do that so you can start executing at the end of the month. I think that that's going to be good for you guys. Yeah. Oh, love this. Nine of Wands. Sure, I'll take the Nine of Wands any day. The Nine of Wands is about surrendering. It's about knowing that you've done everything that you can do. You've worked the battle. You've paid attention to all the details, and now you're pretty exhausted and you just want to relax. And then we have the High Priestess. So coming into April really feels like this is like you don't have to fight anymore. And I think intuitively, and maybe not even fight's the right word, but force. There doesn't need to be a struggle. There's no such thing as that struggling anymore. And I think intuitively you've been feeling that already. That may even come out in a physical way. If you don't see, this is exactly what I was talking about. If you don't allow yourself to take a step back and reset your energy on a regular basis in the first couple of weeks of April, there are bound to be arguments. These arguments could even be about money. These arguments could be about the plans that you want to make. We were talking about planting those seeds, and this could be with a water sign, possibly a Pisces as well, but this also could be just you feeling that like extra emotional kind of feeling when things sort of go, this is what I'm saying. Like, if you want to argue, absolutely. And I feel like there's arguing about money. So we have the Five of Wands, and the bottom row, we have the Four of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles. So it's almost like somebody's being really, really stubborn about the plans that are being made. I've honestly, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I've never met a Leo that wasn't stubborn. You guys are fixed fire. You guys are fixed energy. Even though you're still fire, you can be, and being stubborn can be excellent. Being stubborn, because You want to stand up for what you believe in. You want to stand up for, you know, like, let's lose that narrative that being a little bit stubborn about things in life isn't always a bad thing. The only way that it can create a blockage or restriction for you is if you're so stubborn that you refuse to have any other energy movement going on in your space. Do you see? So you want that Four of Pentacles is like, it's like the miserly guy that doesn't want to move. So then we have the Seven of Pentacles, and we also have the Queen of Cups down here. So this is kind of what I'm saying. You want to be able to flow like the Queen of Cups does. You want to be able to flow like the High Priestess does. You want to be able to flow within that intuitive nature of yours. And you can't flow when you're really stuck in your ways or really stuck in your own thinking and your own narrative and your own belief system. Do you see? And that's why you're sitting, and this is the thing, like, the reason why you get stuck in your ways is because you're like, but Betsy, I planted the seeds. I already did that part. Planting the seeds means that you planned something. You're trying to manifest something. You're trying to create a new path in your life. Betsy, I already planted the seeds. But now, and you guys don't like the word patience. I know you guys don't like the word patience, but you have to surrender to the process sometimes. Fire signs, and I even said this to my partner who's a Sagittarius, sometimes you guys move so quickly and then you get stuck and you start hitting a brick wall and it's like nothing is happening for you. And that is the moment where you need to take a step back and let the universe come in, and like the universe needs to catch up to you. Sometimes we're moving so fast and we don't realize how fast we're moving until we're hitting a brick wall. And now it's like, okay, got to take a step back so that the universe can come in, right? So let's see what this Nine of Wands turns into. The surrender. Yeah. And then let's look at the High Priestess too. There's definitely a water sign energy. But I think this time it's about you guys being a little bit extra emotional, to be honest. I think that the emotions are probably going to be a little bit deeper than they usually are for you. And I know, I mean, you guys love doing things from the heart center, and I get that. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you are able to release emotions. And, you know, you can give to other people, but are you giving back to yourself? Do you see? So, the surrendering, the knowing that you have to wait and be patient, and see, this is the thing, is the universe is actually providing for you even within the surrender. So we have the Ace of Pentacles on the High Priestess. Intuitively, you already know that faith and that trust part, that's already happening. Intuitively, you already know. Intuitively, you can already see it happening, right? And it's when you allow yourself, this is the ego tantrum. It's when you allow yourself to take your focus off of the prize, whatever it is for everybody's prize is going to look different. I can't tell you what that prize is going to be for you. Maybe the prize is just you having some clarity. This is not a month to argue. This is not a month to argue with anybody else. This is not a month to argue with yourself. And creating that sense of love for self can only come from hanging out with yourself. So we have the Ace of Cups on the Five of Wands. And you're not the only one that's having to do, I mean, like, everybody is in kind of a very similar energy because that Mars squaring Neptune deal that we're all going through it, and we're all going through it in different ways. It's just another preparation for us to evolve. It's just another way that the universe is grooming us to receive our blessings, you know, but we have to learn, you know, for you guys this month, it's about surrendering to the process, drowning out the noise. You don't need all of that. My Mercury and Jupiter in Leo are both going like this. I want to drown out the noise. Okay, Four of Pentacles. Woo! See, and this is what I'm saying. You allowing yourself to hold on too difficult, too much, holding on too much to what it is that you think that you need to force, right? Like, I need to save this, I need to save this, I need to save this. That is literally going to put you into a lack mentality every single time. The only thing that you can control is yourself. So whatever that looks like, but you can't control what the outside world is doing. You can't control what other people are doing in their lives. And the more you remember to just look after your own emotions. And see, here's the thing is, I say that and everybody's like, but that's really selfish to not think of other people. I didn't say to never think about other people, but you can't give of yourself from an empty cup, Leo. You know? And you also have a really hard time manifesting when you're in a place of lack, when you don't feel your best, when you don't feel like yourself. You manifest from a place of lack, and that just manifests more lack. So you can't manifest abundance from that place of lack. And so you have to understand that sometimes we have to surrender. Do you know that drinking water can change your mood very quickly? If you're dehydrated, you can be in a really bad mood. So make sure, especially since we're getting into like warmer weather season, when you're outside more and you're running around more and you're out in the heat and all of that, make sure that you're drinking water. That has absolutely nothing to do with your reading, but for some reason it popped up in my head to tell you that. But dehydration will kill a mood every single time. 10 of Cups on the 7 of Pentacles. I know you want to manifest that happiness. I know you want to manifest that happily ever after. I get it. We all want that. And we're all promised that too. So the more you have that faith, and don't let that 10 of Cups be just an illusion. Really embody what that means for you. What does the 10 of Cups look like for you? And then embody that. And if it's not something you can embody, then that's not the energy you're supposed to have in your life. You know? Hierophant on the Queen of Cups. I also have the 7 of Swords and the 7 of Cups. And then you, King of Wands, at the bottom of the deck. Now, if this has to do with a relationship where you feel like there are mixed signals, you feel like there's some kind of betrayal with a water sign or mixed signals, or it's like within your marriage or something like that, it feels very much like this water sign is teaching you a lesson, or the energy of them, like why they're in your life, it's teaching you a lesson. And it sounds to me like that lesson is about trusting yourself more, trusting your own energy more than trusting another person's words or trusting another person's, because like People can say some really pretty flowery things quite often, quite a bit, and then turn around and not follow, like the actions don't follow up with those words, right? And if that's, and I feel like that's sort of what's happening here. I feel like this could be a Taurus energy that you're even dealing with, but we have the King of Wands, the Seven of Cups, and the Seven of Swords, the Eight of Cups, and the Tower. Okay, so towards the end of April, as we move into Taurus season, there's something that's happening in your world, and maybe that's going to happen a little bit earlier in April, maybe it's already happened to you, but there's something with this King of Wands that feels a little bit iffy. Not King of Wands, I'm sorry, with this King of Cups that feels a little bit iffy, the one that's up here, or even the Queen of Cups, whatever this water energy is. It feels a little bit iffy to you, right? So we have the King of Cups and we have the Queen of Cups down here. But also, you can also sabotage yourself by giving out mixed signals as well. The moral of the story is to walk away. Things might crumble. Things might fall apart. Things might crumble. Wheel of Fortune and the Nine of Pentacles. It looks like to me like somebody's actually going to be single by the end of April. I'm sorry if I'm the one that's having to tell you that. But the Wheel of Fortune and the Nine of Pentacles after that Eight of Cups and Tower, like that's literally a story in itself. Like everything falls to pieces and you have to walk away, and then the shift happens and that's where the abundance is. Don't rush into it. Really make sure that you're making the decisions based on what your soul wants and not what your ego wants, not just because your ego is bruised. Be sure that this is something that you truly have to do, but whether this is you having to walk away from a person, having to walk away from a job, having to walk away from whatever situation it is that you are struggling in right now, it's going to turn out good in the end. It's going to turn out in your favor in the end. Wheel of Fortune and Nine of Cups. So just keep your head up. Keep moving forward. Keep your head up. Things can be a little bit tricky right now. I do have a couple of appointments left for the 30-minute tarot readings. They're 20% off using the code TAROT, T-A-R-O-T 20 on my website. That information is in the description box, or you can just go to fearlessintuition.net. I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful April. I know that it's going to be kind of bumpy, but just stay focused. Keep your eyes on what it is that you want to accomplish for this year and just surrender to the process. Take care. Bye.